Take 3.
Hey guys, what's going on? I've re-uploaded my first ever video and I've done a bit of voiceover just here at the start because it was pretty awkward. All you need to know at this point is I have bought myself a Yaris T-Sport 1.5, the original Yaris, the proper old lady's car. I'm going to build it into a bit of a track car. Not the first choice for most people. I got sucked into a bit of an eBay hole and this is the result after looking for a friend. The first thing I'm going to do here is fit an anti-roll bar kit after I got pinged up by Whiteline on Instagram to say, here's an anti-roll bar kit for 160 quid. I thought, sod that, and bought a 20 quid Mazda MX5 front anti-roll bar, which I have got here, and we're going to go offer up, have a look and see how it fits to the Yaris for the rear to try and stiffen that up a bit and get a bit of lift off oversteer maybe. So let's have a look.
This is the anti-roll bar. It is in place. You can see it kind of worms its way around the springs. There's a cat. Worms its way around the springs quite nicely. The big issue is this. It's quite a big gap. So I'm going to cut the tabs off and extend this with some bar and then put an L bracket and have a bush there. So let's go do some grinding, some cutting, some welding. Here we go. That hole's a bit pissed, but hey ho. One custom anti-roll bar. Hasn't come out too badly. Welding's not too bad. Time to make up some tabs to mount the drop links and weld on some tabs to the beam to actually mount this with the standard bushes. Right. Good morning. Got the bits, made up some little L brackety tings, which drop link will sit on, like so, and then anti-roll bar there. So let's go. Today's video comes to you courtesy of do not use cheap step drills to try and drill stainless in and expect them to do anything else ever again. You'll be there forever. But we got there. The bushes, drop links rather, are on. There's the other bit. Managed to drill these L brackets. The next step is try and get them on the beast. Look at her. She's a beauty. Look at her, so beautiful. Let's crack on. Well, that didn't go to plan. Tried to do the cool YouTube handy thing and missed the camera. I've bolted this in. It needs a bit of fettling. As you can see, there's a bit of the wide angle doesn't help. It's actually not as bad as it looks, but there is a bit of angle on there. These are literally they're just bolted to the lower shock mount, and then I've got to just literally weld some plate across the webbing of the rear beam there. back at it again. I took some 30x30 box, chopped the backs off to make this about 25mm deep, drilled some holes, copy and paste, and that then bolts on like that. So I'm going to weld that to the car once I cut this to fit there. Some bolts, just been to the shop, picked up these nuts. Get all the zinc off because that's bad for you if you weld it, and captivate them with the welder in the back of here. What I've actually done is got way too much heat into it. The puddle has run through and welded the bolts to the nuts, so they snapped on the way out. So we start again, but had I MIG'd it, that probably wouldn't have happened because there would have been less heat in the part. And yeah, lesson learned. And just another way of pointing out, you don't need fancy kit. There we go. Clarke, snazzy TIG welding. Sort of snazzy anyway. Getting there, slowly but surely. Captive nuts. Slightly oversized. I think this will actually end up coming off pretty flush. This side's just autogenous, so no filler, just ran along and fused the two. And this side's got some filler in it. The MIG welding of the nuts, pretty gross there. Doesn't look very nice, but it's done the trick, and they wound out much nicer, just with a couple of little spots on like that. Right, so here we are, beneath the beast, the wagon, the Yaris, whatever you want to call it. So there we go, it is done, it's in place. Interestingly, I have just jacked it up on one side with this installed, and it seemingly makes absolutely jack all difference. I mean, I can show you literally now if I jack so you can watch. And the other wheel doesn't move at all. I've measured that. It maybe did about 1 mil, but yeah, maybe it was all pointless. We shall find out, I guess. Go for a drive, drop it down, see what happens. So, familiar setting from the beginning. That was my first masterpiece, probably not my only one. I've only just finished it up, although the weather's now really turned something terrible. So I haven't had a chance to drive it that much yet. But from the small amount I have done, so far nothing's fallen off, nothing's snapped, there's been no horrendous noises, which is probably as surprising for you as it is for me. It's definitely not the first thing I'd have done to any car normally. There's plenty more things that you should probably do before this to try and improve the performance, but it's just the way that things have worked out. It's the way that I was browsing Instagram and got pinged ARB kits as ads and thought, you know what, I could definitely do something worse than that for less money, and that's what I've done. I've got some more stuff planned, hopefully in the next week-ish. The next one's fairly common, fairly standard sort of stuff, and then I've got some standard stuff but with a bit of a DIY spin on it coming, hopefully. If people are enjoying this, let me know. If you do want to follow this very steep learning curve with me, please subscribe. You can come along with it then, and leave a comment with thoughts, suggestions, or if you just want to call me a cat